guys, Miss Charlie here with another project pan, and this is from August to September. We'll go through this basket here, what I use for the month of August, the things I used up, the things that I brought in, and the weights to see my progress and how I'm doing about using things up. And then we'll get to the things that I'm using for the month of September. So we got a lot to get through, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we'll start with my face primers. I brought this one out, I used it up, and then I brought this one out that I had already been using. So this is where we are now with that, and this one is empty. I did also, after I emptied this out, I used it for my setting spray, which is the Ace Beauté Seal It, because you can't see through this bottle, and the sprayer on here is very aggressive. So I poured some in here and used it because the sprayer on this one is very, very light and misty. This smells like dish soap, which is pleasant. It's pleasant. It worked just fine and didn't have any problems with it, but I had to put it in another bottle because the sprayer on this is a no. But those were my setting spray and my facial mist. For lip treatments, I have my little Revolution scrub and lip mask here, lip balm I should say. They're supposed to be like little latte cups, and these are the pumpkin spice. This is the scrub. It's very nice. It does smell a little bit of spice, not so much of pumpkin. And this is the balm. This is very nice. I really like this balm. But those were the two lip treatments. For face moisturizer, I used this Kate Somerville. This is her Exfoliate Glow Moisturizer. It doesn't look like I've hardly used it, but I really like this. You don't need but a little bit. It smells very medicinal, but that's fine. I don't mind that. But I really enjoyed this moisturizer. And then for my eyes, for eye serum, eye cream, I used up the rest of this Dermalect one. I cut it in half and took everything out, so I used that up. I really enjoyed this because this really helped with color correcting under my eyes, getting rid of that darkness. I don't have as much darkness as I used to under my eyes, so I thank this. And then for an eye serum, I use this one from Elemis. This is the Pro Collagen Advanced Eye Treatment. I really enjoyed this too. You only need a tiny bit, and you can use it on both eyes. 1/2 of a pump, you do that on both eyes. And again, I use these before makeup and also in my nighttime skincare routine. So those were my eye treatments. For face primers, I brought out my Professional from Benefit. I really love this. You only need a little bit. This will last you for a long time. So I use this for skin smoothing, and then for a little bit of glow, I use this one from Illamasqua. This is the Beyond Veil Skin Glowing Gel. Again, I have this one, and I also have the Hydra Veil, which is clear. This one gives you a little bit of a glow, not much at all. You don't need much with this, and I like that it comes with the little spatula, so you can just get just a little bit, and a little dab will do the whole face. So those were my primers. For concealers, I used I know this is dirty, sorry about that, but this is the Concept Culture one. And then I also brought out the Pretty Fresh by ColourPop. I just got this one and just mixed these together, and they worked just fine. I don't use a lot of concealer. I just want to tone down, some darkness. I'm not trying to do, full coverage, just enough to tone down the darkness I have. And then I also use these to cover up my brows or my wing if I'm doing one. But these work just fine together. For my powders, I use the Wet n Wild Translucent You get a whole lot in here for about $5.99. It'll last you for a long time. This is my second one. The first one took me almost a year to use, but I used this and I mixed it with the Item Beauty powder. This is in the tea, and this is where it was, and that's where it is. And I just pour a little bit in the cap of the translucent and mix this in with it as a finishing powder. Worked just fine. Then also the Velvetizer from Urban Decay. I use this as an under eye powder. This is something that was made for you to mix into your foundations to give them a little bit more coverage, which I do that as well, but most of my foundations are the coverage that I want, so I don't need to really mix it in there. But I saw someone use this as an under eye powder, and it really does work as an under eye powder because it's very finely milled and it's like a translucent. So if you still have the Velvetizer, I found this one at TJ Maxx, and I also got a backup. I think you can buy a bigger size. I don't know if it's still available, but it comes in a bigger size. This is a great under eye setting powder. So those were my powders. For brows, still use my little KVD concoction. I put it in this ColourPop thing. Still use that. I used a little bit of the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I use this a little bit. This is a little bit more ashier than it looks, and it comes with a spoolie. The Anastasia Dip Brow in Ash Brown. I used this, but this is really ashy. So what I did was I took some of this and put it in the lid, and I mixed them together, and it made the perfect shade for me. It just deepened it up a little bit, so I used that. So if you have a brow pomade that might be a little off in color, add a little bit of powder eyeshadow or something to it to deepen it up to make it your color. So that's what I did with this. The Brow Lift from e.l.f., which is like a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Freeze. Loved this. Used this quite a bit, and it has not molded on me like the Anastasia one did. And then of course I used my Wet n Wild Seamer Brow Now pencil as well. So those are brows. For foundations, I had this, brought this in because I wanted to use it up, and I did. I used her all up. This is the CoverGirl Whipped Cream Foundation. This is the last one I had. I've gone through probably 10 of these. I love this. This is one of my favorite foundations. It's a perfect color. I don't have to mix it with anything. If I can find it online, I might buy another backup. But this is the color 365 in Tawny. I finally used that up. I used up my NARS Sheer Glow. Finally used it up. There's nothing down in there, and this pump is on a different foundation because these don't come with a pump. But if you have a foundation and you use it up, just cut the top off and put it in a foundation that doesn't have a pump. Comes in handy. But I used this up, another favorite foundation. The Milani Conceal and Perfect stick that I got from the Dollar Tree. I've used this quite a bit. She still got a long time because you don't need much of this at all. So I used that. And then I brought in the CoverGirl Matte Ambition Full Spectrum Foundation to use. Can't really tell you where it is. It's down here. But I mixed these two together, which was fine. And then all of these. Glad I was able to use those two up. So those were foundations. For highlighter, blush, and contour, got quite a few things here. I brought in this little e.l.f. Bite-Sized Duo in Spiced Apple. I mixed this blush together with this blush from AOA Studios, no, Shop Miss A, from Starry, the Precious Metals one. I mixed those two together for a warm blush. And then this highlight is very nice. It's very subtle, so it could be like an everyday highlight, but I did mix it with others. For my cool tone blush, I used a Pretty Vulgar one in Make Them Blush, the Hush blush. I used this, and this has a dent in it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a nice dent down in there, so I'll be hitting pan pretty soon on this. For powder contour, I use this pressed powder from Black Radiance in Warm Hazelnut. I've had this for a while. It works just fine. It's a wonderful product. You can get this at Walmart. For the bronzer, I use this one from Iconic London. Yeah, this one. I would like to get this in a deeper one because I think it comes in a couple other shades. This one is in medium bronze. That was my bronzer. For cream contour, I used the Maybelline Super Stay Multi-Use Foundation Stick in Espresso. Comes with one of these on it, which I don't use. But this, you only need just a swipe. That's it. That's all you need is a swipe and you're done. So this will last me for a long time, but I use this as cream contour. And then for more highlight, I brought out my BH Cosmetics Spotlight Petite Highlight Palette, and this has warm and cool shades in it. And then I could just mix it with this as well. And those were my highlights. So that was blush, bronzer, contour, and bronzer. And highlight. Then lastly, I have eye primer, liners, and mascara. So I brought out this Iconic London mascara. Fell in love with this. Got this in BoxyCharm. The brush has really, really tiny bristles. You can hardly see them. But this gives so much volume. It's crazy. I love this mascara. This is a new favorite. I will get a backup of this. And this is, yep, this one is just in black. I love this. So be looking for that in the future. I'm going to get more of those. For liners, the Doll Paint Toy Factory pencil. This didn't have a whole lot in it. It's all gone. But it was very nice, and I like that it was really skinny so that you could get in between your lashes. But there's not a lot in here. This didn't last me the whole month. I had to pull in something else. I had to pull in my Ioni pencil, which is like a dupe for the Essence Extra Lasting pencil. I got this from Dollar Tree, and I have a backup. So I brought this in because this ran out before the month was over. For liquid liner, I brought in the Skinny liquid liner from Ico. I really like Ico, and this is a felt tip. I got this at TJ Maxx, so I brought this in. And then this is from Dollar Tree. This is the La Mercerie Midnight Black liquid liner, and this is a brush tip. Very nice, very precise. So if you see this at Dollar Tree, just grab one. And then for my eye primer, brought out the Ace Brute eyeshadow primer in Deep. I really enjoy this. It's a little bit darker than some of my other primers, but it does the same thing. It blended out nice. My eyeshadows lasted, didn't have any creasing, no problems at all. So those were liners, mascara, and eye primer. Alright, so these are the products that I'm going to be using for the month of September. So since we have quite a few, we're just going to go ahead and get started with these. Okay, so I'm going to start with my primers. This is my primer mist that I use before makeup and after my powders. To set down my powders, my Mario Badescu. This is a new one, facial spray. I didn't realize I had picked up the tester, but that's okay. And we see where she was, because I have been using this. I'm filming this after I've already started using these products for September, but that's where she was. But this is the lavender and chamomile. And then for primer, I have the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide dewdrops. I read that this can be used without makeup, and you can also use it before makeup as a primer. So we're going to try this out. I love Glow Recipe. So these are my 2 primers for this month. For my lip treatments, I'm using this sugar scrub from Be Pure. This is from the Dollar Tree. I have the lip mask as well. I want to try to use this up. Try to get some things out that have only small things left in them. I've been doing really good with that. And then this is One of One. I also got this from the Dollar Tree. This is a lip and cheek balm. And it's very pretty, very nourishing too. So I'm not going to use it on my cheeks. I'm just going to use it on my lips. So we have those lip treatments. For moisturizers, I'm going to use these 2 up. This still has a little bit left. This is from Pacifica, the Youthful Day and Night. I didn't use it up the last time, so I'm going to try to finish this up. And this one from Comfort Zone, which is a gel. It's not really a gel, but it feels like a gel, but it's like white, like a moisturizer. And this doesn't have that much in it, so I'm going to try to use both of these up. For my eye serum, I have this one from Dr. Botanicals. It's an aloe vera superfood eye serum. I really like this. Again, I've been using these for the last couple days, and I really like this. You just need like not even a drop on each eye, and it's very moisturizing. So I'm using this for my eye cream, and I also use this at night when I do my nightly skincare routine. For my concealers, I brought out the Pretty Vulgar. This still has quite a bit down in there. I took out the stopper, so I'm trying to get through this. And then I bought a new LA Girl Pro Conceal. I haven't used this in a while. They didn't have the color I usually get, but this one is in Fawn, which is it's got a little bit more red in it, but mixed with this, it works just fine. So those are my 2 concealers. For brows, I put my little concoction, my KVD concoction, in this little ColourPop single. So I'm still using that. I brought up my Anastasia brow gel, the Benefit Brow Styler. It has a pencil at one end, and then it has a powder down here. So I brought this back out to use. And then also my Wet n Wild. This is a brand new one. The one I usually use is in ash brown. This one is in dark brown. I didn't even know they came in different colors. But I'm using the dark brown. So these are my brow products. My powders, I'm using the KVD Lock-It Foundation. I use this as just an all-over finishing powder, and I hit pan last time I used it, so we're gonna keep her going. And then I just mixed that with the Essence All About Matte. I love this. I've gone through, I think this is my 3rd one. So the one I have still, it has a little bit around the edge, so that we're gonna call that one done. So this is a new one, but these are my powders. For foundations, I'm using the Screen Queen by Milani and the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This one has like just a very small amount left in here. I have a backup of this. I got this at the Dollar Tree. And then this one still has quite a lot because I've not had this for very long. And then I've already mixed these in my little container for the month. This won't last a month. I didn't put enough in here for the month, but this will last me for a few weeks, and then I'll have to mix some more. And of course I mix it with my LA Girl mixing foundation mixing medium mixing pigment. So those are my foundations for September. For bronzer, contour, and highlight, got quite a few things here. We'll start at the top. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow and Blossom Glow. I think I have all the colors. This is very pretty. This is for cool tone days. When I want a cool toned highlighter. It's got a little bit of a blue, purple, pink colors, very pretty. Then I also have this one from Copacetic. This is their Perfect Glow highlighter. This is Not Jelly Are You. These containers are adorable with the little paw prints. And this one is also a cool tone, has more blue, purple in it. You can also use these as toppers, highlight toppers, and inner corner highlight. So those are the two cool tone highlights I have. Then I pulled out my OG Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette. I've had this for a while. This is my second one. I keep forgetting I have it. I'm going to use this as a bronzer instead of a contour, because I used to use it as a contour, but it showed up a little bit. But I'm going to use this as a bronzer and try to see as much, if I can use as much as I can, because she is a little old and I might declutter her after this project pan, but we will see. But I'm going to use that as a bronzer. The Ace Beauté Ultimate Sculpting Palette. Got this in a boxy charm. That's what she looks like. And I just mixed these colors, like this color and this color I will use for nose contour, and these two I will use for face contouring. I really enjoy this a lot. You don't need much, you just dip, and you're good. So I'm using this, and this is these are all creams. And then this new one I just got in a boxy charm from Cnutbutrbeauty, the Brazilian Glow Face Palette. This has blush, highlight, 3 eyeshadows, and a contour. So I can still use this highlight because it's kind of peachy warm. You can use that for warm tone. Then I have these blushes that I can use, and this contour is dark enough, and then these eyeshadows are, you know, whatever. So, but I'm going to use that. And then also for blush and highlight, this BH Cosmetics Bali palette. And these are blushes, and these are highlights, and these are more warmer highlights to use. So that's what I'm using for blush, bronzer, contour, and highlight. For mascara, liner, and eye primer, cat hair not included, these are what I'm using. I brought out the Milk Kush Lash Primer. Try this again. This thing is very, very heavy, and it's a white primer, and it does all right. So I'm gonna bring this back out again. This is the last time I'm going to use my little Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, because I've had this for a while. I got this at TJ Maxx, so this is the last time I'm using it. So that's what the brush looks like. I really like this. I'll have to see if I can get a bigger size, since I guess Marc Jacobs is coming back, but we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to use this one last time. My CoverGirl Lash Blast. This will probably go one more project pan, and then she's gone. And there's the brush on that. It's got very small, tiny, thin bristles on it, but I really enjoy this. So after this one, probably got one more, and then she's gonna go, because I have some new ones that I want to get into. The Ciate Fierce Flicks Black Liner. This is a felt tip. Brought her out because I got this in a boxy charm, so I'm gonna try her out. I brought back out my Revolution Matrix liner. Got this at TJ Maxx. I really like this liner. Really like this. So I brought that back out. My Wet n Wild Color Icon Baby Got Black liner. Used this for many years. Get this at the dollar store. You get one of these, it'll last you forever. So I brought her out. And then of course my favorite Extreme Extra Lasting liner in Black Love from Essence. Brought her out. I've gone through so many of these. I'm gonna have to get a backup of this one soon. And then for my eye primer, I brought back out the YC collection one. This one, it comes out like this, but it turns clear, and it does make my eyeshadows last. I have no creasing or anything like that with it. I was gonna bring out my Beauty Crop one that I really liked that I got in a BoxyCharm, but when I opened it up, it was dried out, and I'd only used it once, so that was weird. But these are my mascaras, liners, and eye primers. Then lastly, for September, I brought up my Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day setting spray. This one is in peach, one of my favorite ones. I like the peach, I like the lavender, and I like the mint chocolate chip. So this is the last one I have, so I will be getting a backup of one of those. But this is this one, and that's where she was. So that's my setting spray. Alright, so those are the things I'm going to be using for the month of September. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I love Project Pans. I've been doing this now for almost 2 years, and I've gone through so many things and gotten rid of things and pulled out things that I haven't used to see if I love them and, you know, put them back in rotation, or if I don't like them, to get them out of here. So yeah, let me know if you've used any of these items, your thoughts, anything that you would suggest for me. I appreciate it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. I thank you all so much again. I appreciate you very much. We'll see you in the next Project Pan video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.